what it means to have a really messy closet. More of an inner closet than an outer closet, but let's talk about these messy spaces that we find around our homes. Have you ever walked past your client or closet or another messy space in your house and ignored it? Probably. Have you ever said, "Oh my gosh, there's so much dust on the TV," ugh, and you just walk by it and you deal with it? Or your garage. You go out to the garage and you're like, "Ugh, this disaster. There's such a disaster out here." But then you're paralyzed by thinking about the solution, about the actual process of organizing and how much work it's going to take to get it all organized and straightened up. And you're going to have to sort through things, and you're going to have to be able to see what clothes you've worn and what clothes you haven't worn, and then decide, do I really want to keep this because I really love that t-shirt from that concert that I went to? And you've got all of this laid out in front of you. You know it's got to get done, and something keeps you from doing it. Well, I think that's what happens to a lot of people on the spiritual path as well. We start to see the messes on the inside. We start to gain some clarity about what's really going on the inside of us. And we realize, oh, it's not actually my colleague that's pushing my button. Well, I mean, they are pushing my button, but it's the button that's the problem. It's not the colleague pushing the button. The button is the problem. My wound from the past is the problem. So what do I do with this? Because it's definitely making me not act from my highest self. When that button gets pushed, it's activating my small self. So what do I do about this? I don't even know what to do about this. Where do I begin? I don't even know where to begin. And this is where we get paralyzed by not knowing, by not having a community, by not having guidance. I mean, there's countless books, countless videos, countless free classes that you can take. But again, trying to access the information on your own can feel so difficult. Just imagine if you have to do that closet or get that garage organized by yourself, how long it might take versus how long it could take if you brought in an organizational expert who helped you by showing you the way, by giving you a checklist of things that you've got to do, and to be able to really clearly see the path that gets you from chaos and disorganization and clutter and mess to clarity and organization and freedom. And oh, yes, I can go and I can get that, and I don't have to step over 6 other things to get there. Same is true on the spiritual path. When we come up against an obstacle, it can feel defeating. It can feel difficult. Like, why does it have to be so hard? Tell me, you felt that before. I mean, somebody out there has felt that before. It's allowing yourself to say, yeah, I can do this on my own. Just like you can clean that up, that messy garage up on your own, but to have an expert give you assistance and guidance and show you the way makes it so much easier. And so what if you say, yep, I'm ready to reach my hand out and actually ask and receive help, because I know that's going to quicken my pace and get this job done a whole lot faster and more efficiently with a whole lot less pain. I mean, you could spend the next 4 weekends organizing your closet, or the next 6 weeks to organize your garage, or you could get it done in 2 days if you had help. And that's the same thing here. Yep, the spiritual path can take a lifetime, and it does, because it just continues to evolve. But when you have these quantum leaps, because you have support, because you have guidance and an advocate and a community, well, then you actually don't have to have the same painful struggle that everybody else talks about. Yep, the spiritual path, it's not the easiest path, but it's definitely the one that leads to the most results and to you living your life authentically on your terms. It's you being able to set up the rules of the game so that you can win, so that you can feel great about yourself and about the process you're going through, and it aligns you with your highest purpose. And sometimes that highest purpose fits right into our life, right into our jobs so easily. But other times, being able to fit that life purpose into your current life feels uncomfortable and not like it's just never going to happen. So you've got to be able to have guidance to shift, to open up to the possibilities of what you can become. It's not really you changing into a different version of you. It's really cleaning up the mess. It's recognizing what's old and outdated that you're never going to wear ever again. And if you did, it might fit a little weird, or it's just not as flattering as when you were 21. You know what I mean? So allow yourself the opportunity to shed, to clean it up, but to know that you can always reach out and grab a hand to really truly accelerate your process. And that's what I get to do. That's who I am as a guide, as a teacher, as a coach, as someone who helps you have a clear perspective of what's going on in your life so that you can then align with your highest self and take much more spirit-aligned actions. And spirit-aligned actions get you to make progress. Step by step by step. You don't have to go from where you are right now to the other end of the spectrum of perfect and spiritually enlightened all in one day. This is a beautiful progression, but you can't skip over. You're not trying to jump over the Grand Canyon here. You're not trying to magically snap your fingers and get your closet and your garage organized. It's you taking spirit-aligned actions to open you to your sacred fulfillment, to open you to your best life possible, to connect with other amazing human beings on this path, and to be able to have clearly defined actions, but not just actions that you know about, actions that you put into place in your life. Because that's where the rubber meets the road. You can read all the books you want. You can watch all the YouTube videos you want, all the online courses that you want. But if you never put anything into action, nothing's going to change. Okay? It's by having the wisdom and the knowledge that you can gain from taking courses and then implementing it. And having an accountability partner to help you implement is game changing. Somebody who can help you see the roadblocks that you're running into, so that you can cross those hurdles with confidence and to leave them in your past. You don't have to carry anything forward with you, but just to set something down feels also very uncomfortable because you don't know how to move into the next step without that package that you've been carrying around for so long, without that Leonard Skinner t-shirt. So my invitation to you is, if you want help cleaning up your inner self so that the inside can look as beautiful as the outside, can feel as beautiful as the outside, schedule a breakthrough call. I mean, you really have nothing to lose. This is what it's all about. Taking action right now. 2020 was a wait and see year. 2021 is going to be getting ourselves spiritually aligned so that we can improve our own lives and let that improvement ripple outward, and we will have influence over more and more and more people. And this is how we change the world together. Spirit aligned together and sacred fulfillment are the two courses that are going to wake you up to your true nature. The way I'm envisioning it, I've started with sacred fulfillment. It is a beautiful 8-week accelerator course to get you to dive in and to open up and to be your best self. But some people aren't quite ready for that practice, that depth quite yet. They need to dabble a little bit more. They need to get some foundation underneath of them. And to do that, I'm putting together Spirit Aligned Together, which is going to be a membership opportunity where each month you get new practices. And these are practices that I've done myself. I know they work. I've taught them to countless people because you need these skills, these tools to be able to really open up to your fullness. And without a good foundation, then taking that leap forward into quantum shifts, into your divine self feels a little bit scary and unattainable. And I get that. So we're going to go ahead and have two paths. One that gives you the ability to really get solid and steady in your foundation of who you are. And honest to goodness, you could stay there for years. And the other one is just to take all that you already know and to really mold it into a bigger perspective and to shift it so that you can truly step into your divine purpose and be the man or the woman that you want to be. All right. I'm excited about this. This is really something that is here for everyone. And I really can't wait to start sharing this. I still have more work to put this spirit aligned together course together, but it's coming. And I'm just so excited I have to keep talking about it. And I'm so excited. If you are excited about either of these, then leave me a note, send me a direct message, put a post in this comment section. And then we'll get together. If you have questions, if you're just like, I'm all in, go for it. Just dive in because we need community. With our isolated communities right now, we've got to build a spiritual community where we can come together because if you're like me, church just didn't work for you. Or maybe you're seeing that there's a bigger perspective beyond church. There's no limitations. That I'm not like excluding church, but let's create a foundation and a community where we can truly support and love each other and no longer feel alone on this path. No longer feel like you're trying to recreate the wheel and know that you've got these proven techniques, these proven skills, these proven rituals that are going to help you become the best version of you can even imagine. Yeah. All right. If you have any questions, like I said, leave a comment, schedule a breakthrough call if you're ready to just dive in. It's mindyarbuckle.com/talk. Super easy to schedule with me in the next couple of days, and we'll really dive in and figure out what's working, what's not, and how we get you into your sacred fulfillment, because that's what you deserve, my dear sister, my dear brother. It's up to you to take that step right now. There's no more waiting. It's not necessary anymore. Life is happening right now. And it is the time for this spiritual awakening that everybody is feeling to not just be awake, because that's not enough, but to keep moving forward with that awakeness. All right. Waking up is just the beginning of the day. It's just the beginning of the journey. Now, how do you put that into practice? That's what we're going to be working on together. So excited. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Bye.